178.
Tonga's Deputy Prime Minister is concerned about the future of his country's islands. There are more than 170 because rising sea level means these idyllic islands are disappearing.
We not only lost some islands, and we are expecting, like the Hapai group, it'll be sinking maybe a few years from now, and we've got to move them like what we did after the tsunami.
Pacific Islands countries are experiencing the impacts from climate change faster than most other parts of the world.
The Pacific happens to be a bit of an epicenter for where sea level rise is happening more rapidly than elsewhere. And if you combine that with the fact that many of the islands in the Pacific are low-lying, so their elevation is quite low, and they are also do experience high tides and spring tides, that the frequency of inundation is increasing.
Scientists say it's difficult to make a direct connection between last year's devastating tsunami that washed over the islands and the mainland here and climate change. But they say it's also impossible to completely separate the two.
It makes it that much more likely that any tsunami event's going to go even further inland, right? So it's actually sea level rise will mean that your tsunami inundation zones are going to get further and further inland.
Climate change is also fueling more extreme weather. For Tonga, that means more cyclones.
Before, usually about 20 years, the cycle of cyclones. But now we expect it almost every year and much bigger.
Before last year's tsunami wiped out Simanakami's beachside resort, he says cyclones were his biggest concern, especially one in 2010.
It took everything. So it took me 2 months to rebuild the same building. Then another one, Kita, about 3 years ago. It took everything.
Climate change is also impacting food security here. Scientists say increased acidity from carbon dioxide in the ocean is affecting the size of fish populations, and extreme weather is increasingly disrupting supply chains.
Our main challenge is economic. We've got all these disasters and also means of getting people which are affected moved and to feed them.
Tonga is known for its resilience, but that resilience is being increasingly tested by more frequent disasters and less time to recover.